Jurassic Park.
We've made living biological attractions so astounding that they'll capture the imagination of the entire planet.
The most phenomenal discovery of our time
How'd you do this?
becomes the greatest adventure of all time.
Can I touch it?
Sure.
Universal Pictures presents
You feel that?
Hold on to your butts.
a Steven Spielberg film.
Senses of feeling all over the park.
Yeah, that's nice. Gotta go.
An adventure
I can't get Jurassic Park back online.
65 million years in the making. Jurassic Park.
Okay. Starting off very quiet on this one. 30 years. I can't believe this came out 30 years ago. That's insane. So, 30 years later, I did skip the Lost World Jurassic Park's 25th anniversary last year. I believe also this year is the 5th anniversary for Fallen Kingdom. I don't care. I genuinely don't give a shit, so I'm not covering that right this year. Covering only the stuff that, I prefer to watch. So before this, I did The Punisher, honoring the memory of Ray Stevenson. The first movie I think I ever saw that man in. And then I did the 2 Mario Brothers movies and Spider-Verse. Now I'm doing Jurassic Park. 'Cause this is the one I want to see right now. When I heard this was the 30th anniversary, I said, "Oh yeah, I gotta definitely check this out." I do like that they try to fool you to think it is a dinosaur. But that opening beat, the opening music in the credits, hearing that in the theater and how loud that was just incredible when you're like a child. I was like, what, 4, I think 3 or 4 years old when I saw this in theaters. Isla Nublar, the island that the later movies would almost pretend it doesn't exist. Actually, no, it was Isla Sorna they pretend doesn't exist. This is the one island that they think is the only island off the coast of Costa Rica. I think the Lost World establishes there's 5 different islands, and then the Jurassic World movies only deals with Isla Nublar. So we never hear about this. I think Jurassic Park 3 is the last time we hear about Isla Sorna, or last time we even see Isla Sorna. So, man, the steady decline of this franchise is just mesmerizing. How the fuck did this happen? You come up with such a banger like this one. This opening scene alone is just great. This sets the tone right out the gate. Whatever these velociraptors are, these dinosaurs, they're not just... This isn't going to be some cutesy little family-friendly kids movie about dinosaurs. This is basically a horror movie.
Shoot her!
The internet with Colleen Ballinger. Shoot her! The internet when they see Colleen whip out the ukulele. Shoot her! Well, she needed a kick right in the pussy for that one. Are you serious? Why would you even think of that? Anyway. Fun fact, this character, Gennaro, was actually supposed to be some sort of he was described as looking like somewhat of an action hero almost. They made him this balding lawyer, basically.
The insurance company. Okay.
That feels genuine. He actually literally fell there. It's said that John Williams, potentially the last John Williams score we'll ever hear, is for the Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. which is sad because I really didn't. I didn't like that movie, so just should have stopped at 3 at this point.
I hate computers.
Feelings mutual.
Him in that hat, which I forgot he did wear that hat in the new one in the Dominion.
It's 5-6 feet high. I'm guessing 9 feet long. Look at the extraordinary. What'd you do?
He touched it. Dr. Grant's not mission compatible.
Well, they got it in for me.
Jesus Christ. I always like that they do slowly drip feed you the Velociraptor reveals. You see a bit of a screen. You see pieces of it in the at the beginning of the movie. They really slowly like built up how dangerous these things are.
That doesn't look very scary.
That kid's a pistol. that was a 90s ass thing to say. You remember the rumors and theories that kid was actually Owen Grady from the Jurassic World movies? The Chris Pratt character? I mean, that would have made Dominion way more interesting than it actually was. It wasn't very interesting.
You are alive when they start to eat you. So, you know, try to show a little respect.
Okay.
Where is this kid's parents? They're just watching this go down as he's talking about this child possibly getting his guts ripped out. It's funny how there's a huge age gap between these two. I think he was in his 40s, maybe? And she was like in her 20s. I don't know if the age gap was that big of a deal since they're both adults, and I didn't even realize they were that old. Like, they don't even look that much. They don't even look their ages. He looks at least maybe in his 30s. Like, late 30s at least. I don't think he doesn't look like he's in his 40s.
John Hammond, and I'm delighted to meet you finally in person, Dr. Grant. Still, I can see that my,
That was kind of a nice. I really do like Richard Attenborough in these movies. He was only in the first 2 movies. I don't think he was in 3. And he died sometime before the release of Jurassic World. He was like 95 when he died. He was in his 90s when he died, which is unfortunate, you know. But I mean, like with John Williams, I hear 90 and I'm like, ooh, you. I kind of start getting nervous at that point. But yeah, he's really great in this role, and he's very different from what he is in the novel. In the novel, John Hammond's a complete asshole. He kind of comes off more like Peter Ludlow than he does in this movie. Of course, Peter Ludlow in the next movie, that's what I'm referring to, in the movie version of Peter Ludlow. I don't remember how Peter Ludlow was in the book, but you want to get that dust off your face? You fucking get leukemia or some shit, or lung cancer, whatever the fuck. Oh, actually, he does. Actually, I just made that comment. I just realized he does actually have cancer, by the way, which is fucking frightening. He's. I think he said he's got stage 3. I think. Oh my god. As much as I hate Jurassic World Dominion, I am glad at least I got one last little time to play the characters. Unfortunately, we didn't get to have Richard Attenborough in there too, so. But he would have been like 100 by the time this movie came out. And of course, they couldn't get Cameron Thor to play not Gennaro. What was he? Dodson. That was one. You couldn't get Cameron Thor to play Dodson, who Cameron Thor is in this movie, because Cameron Thor was a pedophile apparently, and he was already in jail. So they had to get Lee Pace, I think it was. I forgot the name of the actor. I think it's Lee Pace. I love that guy behind him. Like, fuck you. Close the door, you little asshole. Already showing that Dodson's always been an asshole. It's funny. This is the second movie we have Wayne Knight in because he was in Punisher Warzone. So, and you can tell he lost weight between those two movies. It's like he's lost a ton of weight. He's got to be at least like 400 or 500 pounds here. 400 pounds here.
Dodson! Dodson! We've got Dodson here! See, nobody cares. Nice hat. You're trying to look like a secret agent?
I think you're about to slap this shit out of him. Fucking touch my hat. Yeah, this guy apparently was a pedophile. I mean, Cameron Thor, who plays Dodson, he apparently was a pedophile. That's why he's not in Jurassic World Dominion. I don't think we've even brought him back anyway. They probably would have recasted him regardless.
The bottom screw's open.
It's great. Oh, you God.
It's cool to compartmentalize inside.
Squeal. It's funny how all of this happened because of this one guy. All of this went down because of Dennis Nedry.
So you two dig up dinosaurs?
Well,
Try to.
I actually really do like Ian and Malcolm in these movies. Can't believe he's been in 4 of these movies because so they've each been in like at least 3 or 4 of these movies, I think, right? Actually, he's been in more of these movies than any of the cast members, I think, right? Hey, Hammond's like, don't fucking touch me, you weirdo. Howie Mandel looking ass. Yeah, but Ian Malcolm was in the 1st, 2nd, and 5th and 6th movies. Grant was in 1, 3, and Dominion, and Ellie was in 1, 3, and Dominion. So Ian Malcolm's been in more of these than they have because he was in Fallen Kingdom. Ian Malcolm. So I guess I don't know. Thank God I gave him more to do in Dominion at least because that was pathetic in the Fallen Kingdom. Yeah, I understand. Like this back in the day was kind of magical when you're like 3 or 4 years old, watching this all go down and hearing the music go swelling up with the John Williams score. Just, I mean, I like Michael Giacchino and Giacchino, I think his name is, and I like John Debney, who did 3. Michael Giacchino did the Jurassic World trilogy, and then Debney did 3, and John Williams did 1 and 2. I mean, they really do make these movies like real special for the most part. I mean, this one, at least this one, but like, and 2 was okay, but the music in general for all 3 of these were pretty damn good. Well, actually, all 6 of them, because I liked some of the music in the Jurassic World trilogy. Doesn't save the movie, but
Your investors, whom I represent, are deeply concerned. 48 hours from now, if they're not convinced, I'm not convinced. I shut you down, John.
In 48 hours, I'll be accepting your apologies.
in 48 hours, she'll be his family will be mourning him. Yeah, this was a huge deal back in '93. Like I remember all the popularity around this, the spoofs, all the parodies and stuff. You know, I can't believe I've lived through a lot of these movies becoming huge and being parodied and spoofed and becoming huge parts of pop culture, like Jurassic Park. Eventually, The Matrix became that too in the '99. You know, trying to think of what else. I want to say I think Spider-Man was that too. The first Spider-Man movie, which I also missed out on its 20th anniversary. Can't believe it's been 20 years since then. Yeah, this still looks pretty good, you know, for '93. A bit, you tell a bit of CGI, but it's like damn sure looks better than damn sure looks better than what it did in the later movies. And realistically, this is the first dinosaur we see in the movie. Kind of hard to believe, like, oh yeah, this is actually the first dino we see in the entire film.
How fast are they? Well, we clocked the T-Rex to 32 miles an hour.
T-Rex?
Mm-hmm.
You said you've got a T-Rex?
Uh-huh. Say again. We have a T-Rex.
I really do like this. Wait, you can wait for it?
Dr. Grant. My dear Dr. Sattler. Welcome to Jurassic Park.
There we go. He said the thing. He said it. He said the thing. But truth be told, this was a beautiful movie. Just they put a lot of work into this shit. I guess you could argue they put a lot of work in the Jurassic World trilogy too, but like I feel like the motivation wasn't there like it was for this one. Like I feel like the motivation for this movie was let's make just a really well made and just classic dinosaur movie, whereas the Jurassic World trilogy just felt like let's just make money off this shit now. I mean, I'm sure money was on their mind for this too, but like I don't think they were. Give me some water here. I don't think they were. It wasn't like as blatantly obvious, basically, because you can tell they put a lot of work into this one in particular. I guess you could. I feel like 3 was kind of a cash grab too, because what was the point of 3? Like, it added nothing. Like at least the Lost World felt kind of like a continuation of the first one. That one just felt like a random ass Jurassic Park movie. But that's just me.
Blood extraction has never recreated an intact DNA strand.
Not without master sequence gaps.
Good afternoon,
John. DNA from what source? Where do you get 100-million-year-old dinosaur blood? Shh.
He just turns around and slaps the shit out of Gennaro.
Oh, Mr. DNA, where did you come from? From your blood. Just
Hey, Mr. DNA, I remember him. I do like that they do explain this at least. And they have a really detailed explanation for it.
And sometimes animals that went extinct millions of years ago, like dinosaurs, left their blueprints behind for us to find. We just had to know where to look.
The music in this sequence kind of reminds me of like the Phantom Menace almost. A little bit. Or We're Back, A Dinosaur Story. I don't know if anyone remembers that movie.
This score is only temporary. It all has very dramatic music, of course.
boom, boom, boom. Well, a march or something hadn't been written yet, and then of course the tour moves on.
Yeah, the tour moves on. We now kill you. It's just like pap pap pap. It just shoots them. Gennaro's like, thank God, it's pap.
This is overwhelming, John. Are these characters autoerotic?
Autoerotica. Jesus. I always found that funny. Autoerotica. The fuck? Oh, and the main villain of the next trilogy. But they try to redeem him in the end, and it's like, why would you redeem him after everything he's done in his movies? It's crazy how they took this minor character and kind of made him, well, still a minor character in the next movie, but he's like a minor antagonist. Yeah, this looks great. Like 20 to 30 years later.
I've been present for the birth of every little creature on this island.
Surely not the ones that are bred in the wild. Actually, they can't.
Wait, he was there for all of them, but then he's just like, I was there for the birth of all of them. Like, were you really?
Jurassic Park. And how do you know they can't breathe?
Richard Attenborough's laughter sounds like Jerry Little Joker for a little bit. That still looks incredible to this day. Like, what the hell? They really put their... They put a lot of work into that, man. I very much appreciate them doing that.
All vertebrate embryos are inherently female anyway. They just require an extra hormone given at the right developmental stage to make them male. We simply deny them that.
Deny them that?
They're making the dinosaurs woke!
It's taught us that life will not be contained. Life breaks free, it expands to new territories, and it crashes through barriers painfully, maybe even dangerously, but, well, there it is.
It's incredible how he's right. He was always right the whole time.
Female animals will breed? No, I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
Hey, he said it. He said the thing. Crazy to see B.D. Wong that young compared to now. I think he's in his 40s now? No, he had to be in his 50s now, because he had to be at least 20 in this movie. And this was 30 years ago, so. I love when we transition from the cute little baby raptor to straight into the vicious raptors in this sequence. Hamburger meat.
Feeding them.
Gleeful he is about it. You're feeding them. he's gonna tear into this cow's ass. That's it. It was a cow. It was like a bull. Whatever. I say it's a cow. It's a fucking bull. Bovine. You just know that I just gotta be gory as shit in real. But you got, yeah, you like that shit, don't you? Okay, you like that shit, huh? Muldoon, I wish he'd lived in his movies. Actually, I think he did in the novel. I'm not sure. I remember that guy who played Muldoon was in a remake, either a remake or it was the original film for Lord of the Flies. He kind of shows up at the end of the movie. Boo! That little fancy shit out my face. Give that woman some food, because I'm playing around. Those two kids are in their 30s or 40s now. I know Ariana Richards is in her 40s. And I believe Joseph Mosello, I think is the I guess how to pronounce his name. He's got to be in his 30s now. Last time I saw him was in G.I. Joe Retaliation. He played was it Rat Trap or some shit? What was his name? I'm not too familiar with G.I. Joe, so I'm like not totally understand what with every character. It was Mousetrap or some shit like that. I don't know. Yeah, that's the last time I saw Joseph Mosello. Ariana Richards, I think, actually retired from acting since she became a painter. But she did come back she did do a reunion for the Jurassic Park 30th anniversary, so that's interesting that he did that.
I read your book.
Well, it's...
Shoves him aside. Nigga, fuck you. Also, I like the little detail. You can see Lex behind him, and she's trying to talk to Ellie Sattler. So pay attention to that.
This other book by a guy named Backer, and he.
She said I should ride with you because it'd be.
Yeah, see, nice bit of continuity. I like that. Hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butt.
Oh. Okay, I forgot he said it there. I forgot he said it there. I know he says it later in the movie when they turn the power off in the building. I forgot he said it there too. Okay.
Please touch the area of the screen displaying the appropriate icon.
Are we gonna hit that?
No, stupid. How the fuck would you think you'd hit that? Imagine shit didn't crash into that shit. Oh shit! That's the first big problem with the park. They don't even get to see the dinosaurs or anything Nedry does. I do like that they're slowly setting up the dinosaurs we will be seeing in the movie later. We will see the Dilophosaurus later, so that's cool.
I don't blame people for their mistakes, but I do ask that they pay for them.
I will say that whole part, that John Hammond said could kind of easily apply to him as well. That he could pass and pay for his mistakes. I don't think he ever actually has, really. Or maybe he has, I don't know. Depending on your interpretation of that, basically. But he has made a lot of mistakes here. Beyond hiring Dennis Nedry. As in just not thinking any of this through. By the way, according to Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, there's a guy, he has a partner that tried to clone a girl, but it turned out in Fallen Dominion that wasn't cloned, it was a real woman. That movie, those two movies in sequence is just some of the dumbest shit in this franchise. But we're meant to believe James Cromwell was his partner around this time.
God creates dinosaurs. God destroys dinosaurs. God creates man. Man destroys God. Man creates dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs eat man. Woman inherits the earth.
Whoa! They actually tried to use that in the featurette with about women in Jurassic Park. Bear in mind, only showing Ellie Sattler, the clone girl, and the black chick in there. What was her name? DeWanda Wise, that actress. Only showing them, by the way. Didn't even show. I don't think they even showed Daniela Pineda, who's actually in the movie for about a few seconds, but she's in there. They never show any. I don't think they even show any of the other girls of Jurassic Park, as far as I remember. Like, I was even looking at that going, so where is Julianne Moore? Where is Vanessa Lee Chester, who played Kelly, I forgot her name, the last name. Where's Lex? Where's Lex? Where's Taya Leone? Even though she was a pain in the ass in that movie, where was she in Jurassic Park 3? Where was she? Oh yeah, they also show Bryce Dallas Howard. I totally forgot she's in there too. But they don't show like the other women from the other trilogy. They just go like, other than Ellie Sattler, because she's in Dominion. Like, kind of weird. My man's trying to rizz up fucking Ellie Sattler right in front of her boyfriend. I just think that's funny to me. I don't know why.
There's another example. See, here I'm now by myself, talking to myself. That's chaos theory.
Jeff Goldblum's been playing this character for a long time, and not even just in this movie. He played almost this exact same character like 3 years later at Independence Day. I think Independence Day, right? He was in it. He was that was 1996, I think.
Hey, look at this. Wait, hey, watch. Hey, come on, watch this.
He used to. Like, no wonder he doesn't have kids by the third movie. He's like, fuck all this. Fuck these little bastards. So a little fun fact here, and this is why we don't like you. That's what Lex says. That's why you adopted. Because you don't listen. Did they ever explain what happened to this T-Rex? The T-Rex, Jesus Christ. This Triceratops? Did they ever explain this? Because I always wonder, like, what happened to this thing? And this became such a plot point in there. Not a plot point, but like it became such a sidetrack to the rest of the movie. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Meanwhile, the Triceratops like, kill me. Well, you see she's crying a little bit. That's actually sweet. Oh my gosh, she's the most beautiful thing I ever saw. That Triceratops laying there like, help. Help. Stop touching my tongue, you fucking idiot. Help me. I'm dying. By the way, that character right there, the old guy, so that character is Jerry Harding. Now, a few things about that character. Number one, that character is the father of Sarah Harding, who's in the Lost World Jurassic Park movie. They also put this character as the main character in the Jurassic Park video game.
It's okay.
I'll be damned.
It's pharmacological. From local plant life.
Okay, so this thing ate some fucked up plants or whatever, but like, again, I have to think, like, what does it have to do with the rest of the movie? I always think, like, what does that have to do with the rest of the movie, though? Yeah, so that guy, Jerry Harding, he's also the main character in the Jurassic Park Telltales game. He also has a daughter named Jessica Harding, I think, right? I think it's Jessica Harding, which is Sarah's stepsister, I guess, or half sister. So yeah, in that game, he's actually he's much more he's a little younger in that version. It kind of retcons it a little bit because he's a little younger. He's a little bit more swole. I mean, he's not like super jacked or he's like fucking cocked easily. He's just like very. He's kind of built almost like Jeff Goldblum is in this movie, if he were a little bit more swole, just a little bit. And yeah, it's an okay game. It takes place during, during, and after Jurassic Park the movie. In fact, in the first episode of that game, you see the helicopter that Grant, Ellie, Lex, Tim, and Hammond and Malcolm are on. You see them fly by, and the rest of the game from that point on takes place after Jurassic Park. So, Jesus. And while I was telling all that, I missed he and Malcolm going, "That's one big pile of shit." That's just basically him looking at the rest of the Jurassic Park movie since this. And it didn't even mention that this man is the father of Sarah Harding, because he actually is canonically. It's not like, oh, this is headcanon. He canonically is the father of Sarah Harding. I don't think the Jurassic Park video game is from Telltales is actually even canon, so it doesn't even really matter.
Got any kids?
Me? Oh, hell yeah, 3. I love kids.
He says 3, so is he including Kelly in this game? In this movie? Who appears in the next one?
What now? Fences are failing all over the park.
Fine, Landry. Check the vending machines.
Check the vending machines. You know those fat bastards will be there. By the way, that Barbasol can actually also plays a huge part in the Jurassic Park Telltales game, so that's interesting too. It's almost like they made that game just to kind of explain that or tie up that loose end, because the movies never bring it up again, except for probably Dominion, but Dominion was like a little Easter egg.
Where did the vehicle stop?
Oh boy. Here we go. Shit's about to get real. Sam Neill got that Steven Seagal run.
Have to stay put.
Kids okay?
I didn't ask. Why wouldn't they be?
Kids get scared.
What's to be scared about? Just a little hiccup in the power.
I didn't say I was scared.
I didn't say you were scared.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
Where did you find this?
In a box under my seat.
Are they heavy?
Yeah.
Then they're expensive. Put them back.
Like, I love you just completely ignores Gennaro after all that speech, all that talk. Like, go fuck yourself, dude. No one cares. Yeah, you weren't gonna get a whole lot of water out of that in such a short amount of time. You have to put your hand out there for at least fucking 4 hours to get some water out of that. Ah, the iconic shot. The iconic Earth tremor. Caused by the T-Rex. Yeah, this is a far cry from the Jurassic World movies, where the T-Rex is like a fucking ninja at that point. There's like a scene literally in was it Fallen Kingdom? It was Fallen Kingdom, when Rafe Spall's character tries to pick up something, and a T-Rex just sneaks up on him out of nowhere. It's like, how did you not hear? Well, how did he not make a noise? Like, Jesus. You know, in that shot, I know this is gonna sound messed up, but in that shot, Ariana Richards looked like fucking Adam McIntyre for a second. It looked just like Adam McIntyre for a bit. I was like, what the fuck? It just threw me off. It's almost midnight and I'm tired, so that's why I'm seeing shit like that. Like, what the fuck? It's cracking, little bitches. That T-Rex looked over like, sup, nigga? What's going? What's good? Feeding time.
Boy, no, I hate being right all the time.
No, he's not wrong either. This still holds up to this very fucking day. And that's why I see movies with similar budgets just having shit CGI. I just go like, where the fuck is the budget going? Because there's no way. I think this movie had like a $64 million budget. Would have been funny to have $65 million. I'm just saying. It would have been a little funny to have that. But $64 million budget, and they made this. And they made this what it is. And compare this to now with Fallen Kingdom and Dominion looking, I wouldn't say as bad, but not looking as good either. Another iconic sound from this movie. And the tension's just building. Like, what the fuck is this thing trying to do now?
Turn it off! I'm sorry! Turn it off!
How do you not know how to turn off a flashlight? How did you turn it off if you don't know how to turn it off? This is weird. There was a severe lack of animatronics for the Jurassic World trilogy. They only had it for like one dinosaur in the movie, in the first one. I think they had the animatronic for the Indoraptor. I could be wrong. And they had one for the Jokersaurus. The Jokersaurus in Dominion. But remember, this is a $64 million budget.
Don't move. You can't see us if we don't move.
That's exactly what happened in Fallen Kingdom too, by the way. They see that. Also, although this is better than Fallen Kingdom in the sense that at least the dinosaur was like a few feet in front of her. That's why she screamed like in terror. In Fallen Kingdom, the lady screamed in terror at the Indoraptor that was like 30 feet from her. Like, not even remotely close to where she was. I'm still confused about this. Where the hell did this cliff come from? Where did that come from? She got him in the task mission! The Kata Hachime! He's just choking him out. Accidentally. Hour and 9 minutes in, we just had one of the most iconic moments in this entire film.
Robert, I wonder if perhaps you would be good enough to take a guest jeep and bring back my grandchildren.
See, in the novel version, he was never like this. He didn't give a fuck about Lex or Tim. John Hammond, he didn't care about his children in the novel. But here, he's a sweet guy. We just got a little too ambitious. They hear a cartoon. I forgot. I keep forgetting. It's a cartoon sound of it when he slips and falls.
My glasses. I can afford more glasses.
I can't see a thing without my glasses. Already, Dennis Nedry is a better Velma than the one that was in the HBO show. That's technically true, by the way. He may have caused a dino apocalypse on his island, but at least he's not total cunt that Velma was in that show. You remember in Dominion when it was about to spit that poison on Bryce Dallas Howard and Tris Pratt I think choked it out or some shit, grabbed it by his neck. By the way, lost the Barbasol can. I was wondering, how the hell did it get in the car? Where did you come from? And there it is. That's the plot. That's the major plot point in the Jurassic Park game for Telltales. Is that one bit right there? And when I tried to go to it in the game, they wouldn't let me do it until I searched a bunch of other places. I'm like, get the fuck! I watched this movie like 35 fucking times in the 90s. Come on now. Don't bullshit me on that.
Brother, so I want you to stay right here and wait for me.
He left us. He left us.
He's also dead. So I don't know why you're upset about that. He's very much dead.
Stay here.
I wouldn't hide in there. The dinosaurs can get you there too. They'll fucking eat your bones on it, and they'll eat your asshole out. And over there, don't fucking hide in there.
Let's throw up.
It reminds me of that Halo meme.
Just give me a hand.
That Halo meme of the Spartans, and now he threw up. Shit. And I use that in Toy Story 2, that bit. I love that in between the T-Rex attack and then the T-Rex chase, the Dilophosaurus thing. Just giving you a little time to breathe. It's like, listen, you don't have to be on edge for the next 10 minutes.
Don't the monsters come over here?
They're not monsters, Lex. They're just animals, and these are herbivores.
That means they only eat vegetables, but for you, I think they make an exception. Well, I hate the other kind.
Kind just do what they do.
I feel like they do try to make it like, yeah, they are animals at the end of the day. They're not really evil. It becomes a horror movie only on the basis of these things do hunt these people who are just trying to not have to survive, this island and whatnot. But at the end of the day, they're still animals. It's not until Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom particularly where they just go, no, these are just monsters. These are just genetically altered monsters. Between the Indominus Rex and the Indoraptor and the next one. I think the Gigachatosaurus, whatever the hell it's called. And then the fucking Dominion. Yeah, I figured they're on this island for like about a day and a half. It's pretty messed up. And I think in the Jurassic Park Telltales game, they're on that island for about 3 or 4 days. Like, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember. I haven't played that game in a while, but I think they were on the island longer than this crew was. So.
It's good.
Spare no expense.
Yeah, a nice little scene. I will say, like I said, they do flesh him out better as like what because again, in the novel, in the Jurassic Park novel, he's not like this, John Hammond. He's very much an asshole, and I think he gets killed by a Dilophosaurus in the movie, in the book. I mean, excuse me. But yeah, like. But having moments like that in the movie shows you, like, okay, he's not the same Hammond he was in the book. He's very different. He actually does give a shit, and he had a good intentions with this park, but it just went haywire because he just did it because he thought he could. But yeah, this is not a bad movie, and the pacing is great because this movie we're at. Hour and 29 minutes, almost hour and 30, And we have another half an hour left. We got 36 minutes left in the movie. So, yeah, this movie really... Yeah, this movie has some pretty damn good pacing. It felt like this all went by quick.
I said, you're a nerd. I'm not a computer nerd. I prefer to be called a hacker.
Because of course you're a hacker. It's the 90s. You're a fucking hacker. You're a kid in the 90s. You're a hacker. You're either a hacker or your name is Zach Cody Tyler or some shit like that. Because that's how 90s was.
Some West African frogs have been known to spontaneously change sex from male to female in a single-sex environment.
Because they're groomers. They're woke. The frogs. They're making the freaking frogs gay. I'm surprised no one's made that connection in this movie.
Hold on to your butt.
Yeah, there it is. I knew it was I knew it was here, but I forgot he said it at the beginning earlier in the movie.
Until Mr. Arnold returns and the whole system's up and running again.
I'm tired, sir. I'm hot.
Yeah, say goodbye to Samuel Jackson. This is the last time you'll see him. Remember when she was wearing blue pants and a purple shirt? He was wearing a blue jacket and a striped shirt. Now it's all brown. Alan Grant was wearing a blue shirt. It's all brown now from all the mud and shit.
They're flocking this way.
They just left him. Like, well, you go admire this shit, you stupid ass. And they're running away from nothing. That's what's so crazy. They're running away from nothing, but they add the CGI and the dinosaurs in it, the effects and everything. It's like, it makes it like so much more. Again, $64 million budget.
When they opened Disneyland in 1956, nothing worked.
Yeah, but John, if the Pirates of the Caribbean breaks down, the pirates don't eat the tourists.
Well, it depends on which Pirates of the Caribbean you're watching. It's funny, the only time I've actually seen a dinosaur be shot with actual bullets was in Fallen Kingdom. I think it was Fallen Kingdom was the first time I've seen that. I might be wrong, though. I think maybe even Jurassic World? Because I think they were fighting soldiers at one point.
It ought to be me really going.
Why?
Well, I'm and you're
Look,
Come on, let's go.
we can discuss sexism and survival situations when I get back. You just take me through this step by step.
Whoa! Oh, you just imagine one of those kind of dudes just screaming at everything. Even though he's literally, that's what he was implying, because he's even saying it pretty much directly. And I'm looking at this scene right now, and I just realized, oh shit, we're down to the wire. Because I think after this, they go to the visitor center, and then that's where the Raptors come in. So, yeah, we're down to the wire in this movie. I didn't get to see, what you call it? Fucking, Fallen, The Lost World, but I'll watch this. Oh, by the way, they're in the Lost World Jurassic Park, by the way. I just remember that. They're in the Lost World, like, very briefly. I would like to see them come back for, like, one of the other Jurassic Park movies, like Dominion. Apparently now, like I said, Ariana Richards is retired from acting, so I'm sure she would have come back for, like, at least one walk-on appearance. This scene always reminds me of that guy who always yells at his cats. Get the fuck down! just yell at him.
He's not breathing.
Your brother's dead. Your parents can always make a new brother.
And I think we're back in business.
Cracking, bitch! He just popped in like, bitch, fuck you. She what? Where the hell was that thing the whole time anyway?
clever girl.
Thought you was smart, huh, nigga? Thought your ass was smart. Got you. Gotcha, bitch. That is one of the most iconic moments in this film, too. So we have another 20 minutes to the end of this movie. I kind of don't want this to end. It's one of the few good movies I get to watch on here, besides Spider-Verse, which I thought was pretty good. I think the highest rated movie I watched last year was, I think, Star Wars, maybe? And the Men in Black movies? Or two of the Men in Black movies? And here comes yet another iconic moment from this movie. Yeah, eating fruit.
Two kids gone die tonight.
Yeah, I think she recreated that for the Ariana Richards recreated that for the 30th anniversary. It's kind of funny. Another iconic. This movie's full of this iconic, like, holy shit moments. And this was a huge one too. And there's a whole fan game based on this moment right here, and it's actually really cool. I actually really like it. Almost like a Five Nights at Freddy's style, like hiding from the Raptors thing. It's actually pretty cool, and it actually is kind of scary when you hear the noises and you see them like they're these big ass raptors. It's like really. I also seen the one. There's one also based on the T-Rex attack early in the movie. Yeah, it's all pretty cool. There's still fan games to this very day for this 30-year-old franchise. And the fact that Universal keeps constantly putting up cease and desist and shit, it's like, y'all need to stop, because this shit, people love this property. And this is the moment they try to recreate in the Fallen Kingdom, but did it much worse. Guess the rappers aren't that smart, but okay.
The door locks.
Good for you, Alan.
Boot up the door locks.
Sup, nigga? I always love that too. Like every time the dinosaurs just pop in like that, he's just, hey, sup, nigga? What's good? What's crack-a-lackin'? I must use my 90s hacker kid powers.
It's a unit system. I know this. It's all the
Good. Now use your nerd powers and get this the fuck out of here.
I can't get in unless I move.
Hey Tim, can you help me get the gun, please? Like right now, you're not doing anything. You're just standing there with your sister. How's it opening the? How's it got his hands in the door like that while I was standing there like that? That just looks so weird. That was a damn good delivery. Like he was genuinely terrified right there. I will forever love how he said that. What the fuck do you think that's gonna do? I like the way these raptors just look like. The fuck you thought that was gonna do? Still gonna get you. It's crazy to me to think that this came out in 1993, and the Mario movie came out in '93 as well. And the Yoshi design looks just like the raptors in this movie. I don't know which came first, particularly. I know this came out in June. I don't remember when the Super Mario movie came out in '93, so I don't know. Because Carnosaur was a movie that came out before this, and people don't realize that this came out before Jurassic Park. Obviously, Jurassic Park's better, like significantly better, but like people don't realize that was the first dinosaur movie of that year. Like, I'm starting to wonder, like, did they make Yoshi look like a raptor because of this movie, or was it before this movie? I don't really remember when this came out. I know Jurassic Park came out in June. I think the Mario movie came out in what, maybe, I imagine it came out in the summer. There's no way it came out in the winter or whatnot. Doesn't seem like it would come out that year. I broke my spine. Oh, my vertebrae. Oh my god, my ribs. Oh, my back. My back. Where you at? What's up? What's that? What's that? What's that? I almost forgot. Like, yeah, Laura Dern. This is the second Laura Dern movie I covered because she was also in The Last Jedi. I completely forgot she was in that until just now. So it's the second Wayne Knight movie and the second Laura Dern movie I've covered. And from this moment forward, this moment was great, but it ruined the rest of the series. Or it ruined the Jurassic World series. Because for some reason they treat the T-Rex in this movie like a fucking superhero.
Mr. Hammond, after careful consideration, I've decided not to endorse your park. So have I.
I actually love that. That's great. Here I come to save the day. Yeah, it's how they treated the T-Rex in this movie from in the Jurassic World films. Like it's a superhero, and it's like it's not. It's just like it just happened to be here. It wasn't here because I'm here to save the people. It just happened to be in the building. It's like, here's some raptors. I'm pretty sure if those people stuck around, they would have went for them too. And then, but that, by the way, is another iconic shot. That's fucking amazing. But then also in the Jurassic World movies, they make the character Blue like a superhero too. This movie did it better, where it's like, no, they're just animals. they're not superheroes. They don't have like this crazy amount of empathy like they're fucking puppies and kittens and shit. They're animals. They're prehistoric dinosaurs. You know? And I think that's what's been missing from the Jurassic World movies, is that feeling like, yeah, these are still animals at the end of the day. I mean, I think Dominion tried to bring that back a little bit, but it's like, it's kind of too late for that. It's too little too late for that, man. I mean, you had since 2015 to kind of do that, and didn't do it in 2018, and it's too late to do it in 2022, I believe, is when the Dominion came out. Hey, you want to throw him out the helicopter? You want to dangle them out the helicopter and watch how they react? Look. Yeah, for some reason I was thinking like, oh yeah, is this implying the dinosaurs are gonna get off the island at some point? They didn't do that until Jurassic Park 3, sort of, with the pterodactyls or the pteranodons, and they definitely did it at the end of Fallen Kingdom, and then did nothing with it in Dominion. So, or didn't do enough with it in Dominion for people to care. So, what a fucking movie this was! Like, come on. Right out the gate. Just right out the goddamn gate. 9 out of 10. I'm just saying it right now. This is a fantastic movie. I mean, man. They did a lot of good things different from the source material. I'm pretty sure if this was like the source material, it would be a lot more bloody. It would be like a hard R, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm just assuming. But the cast is great here. Sam Neill, give it up. Laura Dern, give it up to her too. It's nice to see her in something outside of The Last Jedi for this whole thing. Like Jeff Goldblum, I would see you again in Fallen Kingdom, but I don't think I'm even gonna give that movie a no. Bob Peck, who's Bob Peck? Richard Attenborough, by the way, rest in peace to him. Martin Ferrero, I think, is De Gennaro. Bob Peck. Is Bob Peck Muldoon? It has to be, right? And it's BD Wong. He will be back again in the later movies. Samuel Jackson and Wayne Knight. Actually, this is the second Samuel Jackson movie I covered. Joseph Mazzello and Ariana Richards. You know, they were great too. It's kind of sad Ariana Richards gave up acting. You know, she'd have been fine. But yeah, I just realized too. This is the second Sam Jackson movie I covered because he was in Star Wars: Attack of the Clones. I totally forgot about that. But yeah, this was a great movie. Fuck, where do I even begin? I'll start with, since I'm listening to it right now, I'll start with the music. John Williams' score is fucking just phenomenal. I think the only times he's kind of disappointed me with his scores was in like the sequel trilogy, some of like the newer Indiana Jones movie, the like that one, and Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls. But like he rarely disappoints me. It's not like a constant like, oh, he took a downhill turn. But he's done good shit off and on in the later years. But like I always say that there's at least one or two tracks in the sequel trilogy that I like in each movie. Like there's at least one in The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, The Rise of Skywalker, where I'm like, okay, no matter how I feel about these movies, I love that part of the score. That's actually really nice. But like this movie right here, he's great. And also, he did the music for Star Wars. He did The New Hope. He did it for the Attack of the Clones and The Last Jedi. I covered those movies last year. And I like the score for The New Hope and Attack of the Clones for the most part. For the most part, Attack of the Clones, I thought the score was right in that. But, yeah, man, he's great in this. He does a great job with this movie particularly. I like his score better in The Lost World. That theme of from The Lost World Jurassic Park is fantastic. I love that shit. The digital effects is phenomenal in this movie. It still holds up. Like it holds up a hell of a lot better, both the CGI effects and the animatronic effect. Like we rarely see that now with these movies. They try to do it off and on throughout but in later years, but it's very minimal now. Like the Gigachatosaurus in Dominion is like the only animatronic creature I think we saw in that movie. There's probably one other one I might have missed. I'm not sure, but there's probably one in that what was it Madrid or whatever the fuck they were in that movie. I forgot, but it was probably one other thing in there. The cast is great. I just went through those names. They're all great in this movie. Not a moment in this movie where I was like, oh, this is badly acted. Like, no, they're all pretty good. They're all pretty good actors. Congrats to them. Oh man, and the Skywalker sound, the fucking sound design of the T-Rex, the Raptors, like so iconic. You hear that shit, you know it's from the movie. I knew they had Peter Jackson had a tough fucking time trying to figure out a dinosaur sound for the V-Rex characters in King Kong, because he could not have wanted them to sound like the T-Rex from the Jurassic Park movies, and I feel for that guy, but he did a good job nonetheless. He did a good job. Yeah, Cameron Thor, he's a fucking pedophile. Fuck him. Oh, that was his name, Richard Kiley, right? He wasn't bullshitting. He didn't just make up a name. But yeah, man, this movie is really nicely paced. Like I didn't feel like I was sitting here for 2 hours. I felt like I was sitting here for about an hour, maybe. Oh man, there's so much to say about this, and I usually save a lot of this stuff for the credits. This is very influential movie, you know, very, very, very successful. I mean, I didn't like some of the sequels, but I'm at least glad we got to see them. I've only seen the first 4 movies in theaters. I didn't want to see Dominion in theaters after I saw it online. I said, this movie looks like shit. I'm not wasting my money. And Dominion, I just didn't give a fuck about by that point. So the first 4 I saw in theaters, so I was like, 3 or 4, 4 or 5, maybe no 3 or 4, whatever. I was a kid when I saw all of these in theaters. I was like in my mid-20s when I saw Jurassic World. So it's good to revisit this one again. I'm glad I got to see this one more time. I might see it again. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. Jurassic Park. 30 fucking years later. I mean, Jesus Christ. It's been 30 years. Whew, baby. Well, that's it. I will see you guys for the next one. I don't know which one it'll be, but I will see you guys then.